So, hello, good day ulit mga ka-seller. So, here I am again, Karine, for your accounting for today. So, ang topic naman natin ngayon is mixed income earner, pero less than 250,000 yung combined income from compensation or salary natin plus yung uh, business income. So, parang may nagtanong kasi sa akin, paano kapag less than naman yung yung both, less than 250 naman. So, eto, may computation tayo dito. So, dito hindi ko na masyadong discuss yung mga forms. So, stay tuned for those lumalaban pa rin sa Shopee. So, disclaimer po ulit tayo. This computation is not absolute. Minsan nagkakamali ako. Pagpasensyahan nyo na. Please comment if nagkaroon ako nagkamali ako ng computation, lalo na pag sa mga kinakalcu. Then, this is based on my knowledge and based on the BIR regulation as of the date, March 2024. If may changes beyond this, pwedeng magbago yung computation. Magsasite ako ng example based on 1701Q and 1701. Ano lang. Kasi, this video is for the purpose na magkaroon kayo ng idea about tax filing na isang mixed income earner earning 250K and below. Yung both compensation na and business. So, ano nga ba yung definition of mixed income earner? The BIR states that they are those engaged in trade, business, or profession while also earning compensation income. In short, you could be a full-time employee at the company while having a side business or a part-time job. So, ayun siya. So, sabi dito, full-time employee at a company while having side business or a part-time job. Yun daw yung mixed income earner. So, ano-ano yung mga samples ng side businesses or part-time job? It could be freelancing, work from overseas clients, rental fees, kung nagpaparenta ka, online selling, dito tayo pumapasok, no? Online selling. So, being an influencer, na consultancy work, having a franchise, or part-time. Yun, marami pa namang iba't ibang klase ng mixed income. Ang ano lang, ang pinaka-thought or pinaka-idea is meron kang trabaho, full-time job na sumasideline ka to parang to cope with the increasing prices today. So, syempre kailangan na natin mag-side hustle. So, yan. So, what are the basic forms natin to submit kapag mixed income earner ka, no? So, quarterly percentage tax or 2511Q if opted mo yung graduated. Kung 8% ka, hindi na to kailangan. So, income tax return, 1701Q and 1701. So, ito yung mga income tax return. So, what are the options natin for filing as a mixed income earner earning below 250K? So, option 1 is the 3% percentage tax and income tax return with graduated income tax rate using itemized deduction. So, yan yung option man. Dalawa, percentage tax and income tax return. Pero, ang gamit mo is itemized deduction. Then, option 2, 3% percentage tax return and income tax return with graduated income tax rate. Pero, using, and pa rin yan na and. Using OSD naman. Then, option 3, income tax return with 8% gross on gross sales naman siya. So, meron pang option 4, which is BMBE, pero 3% percentage tax din siya, then exempt siya with income tax return. So, ayan. Pero hindi ko na masyadong i-discuss yung BMBE since hindi ako masyadong familiar. Pero para rin siyang option 1 and option 2, dun kapag below 250K ka. So, let's start. So, ano ba yung dito dun sa previous video ko, yung mga earning 500k and above sa business na mixed income earner, nag-discuss ako ng mga forms. So, kung gusto nyong tingnan yung mga forms, proceed na lang kayo dun sa isang video ko na nauna na mixed income earner, pero 500k plus. So, dito magpo-proceed na agad tayo sa sample computation. So, option 1 is yung 3% and remember 3% percentage tax and income tax return, pero ang gagamitin natin is itemized deduction. So, ang sample natin, ang net compensation income mo is 120k annual. Zero withholding from employer. So, 'di ba kapag 120 hindi talaga nagwi-withhold si employer kasi nga below the threshold pa na 250 kasi yung 250 is parang binibigay na ni government sa atin as libreng income na hindi ka na itatax. Parang ganun siya. So, hindi na itatax yung 120k kasi below nga siya sa 250. So, ayan siya. So, sa business income, sabihin na, since this is itemized deduction, ang gross sales mo is 120k annual. So, for the whole year na. So, na-compute mo yung mga qualified expenses mo na umabot ng 90,000. So, eto mga qualified expenses is yung mga cost of sales mo, tapos may mga resibo ka with supplier, invoices, tapos mga Shopee charges, syempre pwede na natin siya i-deduct. Then, yung mga percentage tax. So, ang first natin na return na isasubmit is yung quarterly percentage tax which is the 2551Q. So, paano ba ang computation dyan sa 2551Q? So, sa first quarter, sabihin na natin itong 120k divided by 4 is 30k. So, 30k times 3% is 900. So, sa first quarter, magbabayad ka ng 900 for the quarterly percentage tax or 2551Q. Second quarter, same. Sabihin na natin consistent yung sales mo for the every year, every month, every quarter. Yan. So, second, same na 900. Third quarter, same na 900. Then, fourth quarter, same na 900. So, in total, makakapagbayad ka ng percentage tax na amounting na 3,600. So, ayan. So, another natin ipapasa is yung income tax return, which is the 1701. Kasi mixed income earner tayo. So, doon ilalagay natin, again, this is annual computation. Okay? Magpapasa pa din tayo ng quarterly, pero ang annual kasi is parang summary na siya. So, dito, ipapakita ko muna yung annual. Sa medyo next slides na yung paano ipapasa yung quarterly income. So, ayan. Ang annual sales mo is 120, expenses is 90,000, yung qualified expenses. So, net business income natin is 30,000 plus yung net compensation income natin na 120,000. So, 30 plus 120 is, ang total mixed taxable income natin is 150. Kaso, tax due natin is 0 kasi nga below pa siya ng 250. So, kung below 250, andito siya sa line na to, so 0 pa siya. 150 times 0% is 0. So, tax due natin is 0. So, less withholding, wala naman tayong withholding from employer. Wala din tayong 2307 from Shopee kasi 500,000 pa yung sabi ni Shopee na mag-withhold sa atin. So, wala pa siya. So, ang tax payable, 0. Since 0 tax due and 0 naman yan. So, in all, percentage tax, 3.6. Then, income tax return, 0. Tapos, kaya ang total out of pocket expense natin or total out of pocket na babayaran natin sa BIR is 3,600 lang. So, for option 2 naman, yung percentage tax, same. Percentage 3% percentage tax and income tax return with graduated tax, same with option 1, pero here, ang gagamitin mo is OSD kasi wala kang mga suppliers invoice, hindi ka nanghihingi ng mga resibo kasi nga, sabi mo, maliit lang naman yung income ko, so hindi ko na kailangan yung mga resibo kasi ganyan-ganyan. Ang daming dahilan, yan. So kung ang sample lang natin dito, same, net compensation income is 120K, tapos 0 naman yung withholding from employer. Business income natin is 120K annual. So, hindi na ako naglagay dito na expenses kasi nga OSD yung kukunin natin. So, for the quarterly percentage tax, same siya with the option 1, which is 30K times 3% for every quarter. So, in total niya is 3,600. So, for annual income tax return naman, or 1701, magbabago lang siya dito sa expenses. So, ang expenses natin is 40% of the 120. So, 120 times 40% is 48,000. So, ang total net business income natin is yung 72,000. So, 120 less 48,000, 72. So, plus net compensation income natin is 120,000. So, total mixed taxable income natin is 192,000. So, ang tax due based on the tax table is still 0%. So, andito pa rin siya sa line na to, 250 and below. Then, pag tinimes mo naman siya by 0, edi 0 pa rin lalabas. So, less withholding kung may withholding, pero kung wala naman, edi 0 pa din. So, tax payable natin 0, tax due 0. So, in summary, percentage tax is 3.6, income tax return wala. Then, total out of pocket natin na babayaran sa BIR is 3.6. So, same siya with the itemized, di ba? So, dito lang sa OSD, mas makakahinga ka ng maluwag kasi hindi ka naman need mag-declare ng mga expenses kasi nga 40% na yung gusto mong expenses mo lang. Yan. So, dito, bago ko i-topic, ipunta sa option 3, may kailangan lang akong i-discuss, no? So, dito, ang sabi kasi, ito, nakuha to sa bir.gov.ph doon sa tax information, sa income tax. So, dito, ang sabi dito, for purely self-employed individuals or professionals with income do not exceed, pangit nung cursor. So, ayan. With income do not exceed the threshold of 3 million, tax should be, it's either 8% on gross sales, again, purely to gross sales on gross receipt in excess of 250,000. So, pag purely ka, meron ka pang in excess. So, ito yung allowable deduction na 250 in lieu of graduated income tax and percentage tax. Kung pipiliin mo is 8%. So, pero kung individuals earning both compensation income and income from business or profession, so this is mixed income. So, itong letter C is for mixed income earners. So, kung dito ka, ang income taxes mo is yung income from compensation na based ng graduated tax and yun nga so income na agad siya, income from compensation based on graduated income tax na talaga siya. Kapag compensation, graduated income tax talaga siya. So kapag business ka naman, may option ka naman to have 8% or the graduated. So kapag pinili mo tong 8%, sabihin na natin do not exceed 3 million. Kasi kapag 3 million, VAT ka na. Rectang VAT, tapos graduated tax. So, balik. So, ayun, pag do not exceed tayo ng 3 million, pag do not exceed na 3 million, 8% income tax on gross sales and other operating income in lieu of the graduated tax rate. So, mapapansin nyo dito, ano yun? So, kung mapapansin nyo dyan, dito, may in-exist. Kapag purely ka, may in-exist dyan. Diba? Pero, bagal nung ano. Pero, kapag mixed income earner ka, wala nang in-exist dito. Diba? Bakit ganyan yung ano? So, ganun siya. Wala na siyang 250 dito, wala na din siya. So, in short, kapag 8% ka, nawawala yung allowable deduction mo na 250 kasi napupunta na siya dito sa compensation mo. So, kapag pag mixed income earner, mawawala na yung 250k allowable deduction pag 8%. So, yun lang. Gusto ko munang i-clear out para kapag ano natin mamaya, medyo malinawan kayo. So again, for option 3 na tayo. So, option 3 is yung 8% income tax rate on gross sales. So, net compensation income natin is 120k annual. Zero withholding from employer, same nung mga sample last time. Then, business income natin is, gross sale natin is 120k thousand. So for, puro so, no? So, sorry, hindi ko matanggal. So, quarterly percentage tax natin is none. So, hindi na tayo mag 8%, ay hindi na tayo magpa-percentage tax kasi yung 8% is in lieu of graduated tax and the quarterly percentage tax. For annual income tax return, so quarterly wala tayo 0. For annual income tax return natin, ang annual sales natin is 120 at 10. Ang business tax rate natin is 8%. 8%. Kasi nga yun yung pinili. Ang option 3. So, 120 times 8% is 96. So, wala na yung 250. Like I said kanina, nawawala yung 250k na allowable deduction kapag mixed income earner ka. So, yung compensation income, 150. Kunyari, ang gross compensation mo is 150 less yung non-taxable. So, net compensation income is 120. So, 250, below 250 siya. So, wala kang withholding sa'yo si company. So, yan. Business tax, compensation, ang business tax mo is 9,600. Compensation income is 0. Taxable, total tax due is 96. So, kung may withholding, wala naman tayong withholding. So, ang total tax payable natin is 9,600. So, 9,600 yung kailangan mong bayaran sa BIR in all. So, for comparison tayo, no? Sa option 1, di ba? Option 1 and option 2, halos same siya kasi nga percentage tax lang. So, 3.6 and 3.6. So, 3.6 yung total out of pocket natin with option 1 and 2. Pero kapag option 3, mas tumaas na siya. Naging 9.6 na siya kasi nga nawala na yung allowable deduction na 250. Kahit na below yung both mo with compensation income and below 250 ang compensation and business income, kailangan mo magbayad ng 9.6. Yun. So, yan. So, ito yung for quarterly kasi mamaya magtanong naman kayo, paano yung quarterly? Tsaka, annual na lang ba kailangan magpasa or kailangan quarterly? So, ganito yung niya, yung sample niya. Ito, first, second, and third quarter is 1701Q, which is the quarter. Then, yung pang fourth quarter is annual income tax na. So, sales natin is 30,000 less, ito from business income lang to. So, ito ay graduated tax rate. So, 18,000, wala yung total income mo is 18, ang tax due 0 kasi below 250,000. Again, 18, pero i-accumulate mo yung previous quarter income, so naging 36 na. Pero, wala ka pa rin tax due kasi below 250 pa din. Ayan. Ganyan na siya, paulit-ulit lang, tapos ano mo lang yung previous quarter income. Pero, dito sa annual, since annual income tax return na siya, accumulated na siya. 120 less 48. Ito, OSD to gamit ko is 40% OSD, hindi itemized. So, yan. Ito, yung 120,000 is hindi siya previous year, previous quarter income. Dito kasi sa annual income tax return natin is gagamitin na natin yung uh, i-report na din natin yung compensation income natin. So, ang compensation income natin is 120. So, net income natin sa business is 72,000 plus yung compensation income natin is 120. So, 192, still below the 250,000 threshold, which is magiging 0% siya. So, 0, 0 pa din. So, dito man sa 8% tax rate, may hiwalay nga lang yung since wala yung 250 na allowable deduction. So, every quarter may 30,000 ka na sales. So, 30,000 times 8%, 24. Tapos dito, 30,000 yung for the quarter. Tapos may previous quarter ka na 30,000. So, 60,000 na siya. Times 8% for 8,000. Pero, ililes mo yung na ibayad mo na ng previous quarter. Ito yon, ililes mo na siya. So, magkano na siya? 2,4, edi 2,4 pa din. Ganun lang siya. 90,000 na dito kasi for 3 quarters na yan. Ito siya. Yung sales mo na previous quarter, 60,000. So, 7,2 yung babayaran mo pero nakabayad ka na ng 2,4 plus 2,4 nung first and second quarter. So, 4,8 siya. So, 2,4 na lang babayaran mo this third quarter. Tapos, annual income tax return, 120. Tapos, since nawala nga yung allowable deduction na 250, ayan na siya. So, naging 9,600 yan dito. Pero, since nagbayad ka na ng first, second, third quarter ng tag to 2,4, so total niya 7,2. So, 2,4 na lang for the annual income tax return. So, in all, 9,600 pa din yung talagang total na binayaran mo. So, ayan lang. So, ang key takeaways natin dito is mas madali, kung below 250K ang both income from compensation and salary and business income, mas okay yung OSD for convenience na din, syempre. Kasi ganun din naman, kung mag-itemize ka, below 250 pa din naman ang both. Kaya, okay na din to. So, yun. So, thank you for listening. And kung nakatulong po ako sa inyo na magkaroon kayo ng idea, please like, share, and subscribe na din. Then, pa-share para makatulong po kayo sa amin na dumami yung subscribers and makatulong din po tayo sa iba para maintindihan lalo yung tax na para hindi sila agad sumuko. So, ang YouTube channel natin is Alt plus F Travel. Thank you po and God bless.